make it rain, I make it rain. They said it's raining in the gym, it's raining in the gym, it's raining in the gym, it's raining in the gym. Rainmaker from the corner, Ricky Bobby from the post. Rainmaker from the corner, Ricky Bobby from the post.
What's going on, folks? It's K.Spade the Prospect, back tonight with a very special video. This is my NBA 2K14 wish list video, part 1 of my crew, and I'm saying that because I'm doing a video on my career, one on Blacktop, and of course one on crew. And because I'm the crew ambassador, crew mode just kind of shoved its way to the forefront. Still only part 1 though, because I have so many ideas written down on a sheet of paper. I don't want to bury you guys with so much information that by the end of the video you forgot the early ideas. And because it's a video about crew mode, it's only fitting that I give you guys some actual crew footage. Alright? Now, before I get into the list, let me say this. I'm not a video game developer. The bulk of the people that see this video aren't video game developers. So some of the ideas I have might not be possible. They might not be feasible. And some of them might not be possible to put in NBA 2K14. They might be possible, but maybe I didn't give the devs a long enough, you know what I'm saying, window to get this stuff in here. And I'm okay with that. I could have got this video out earlier, but I really got some ideas. I got some well thought out ideas. I didn't just wing it, you know, and I think you'll be able to hear that. So like I said, this is just part 1. Let's get into it. First thing I want to start with was implemented in NBA 2K13. Whether you love it or hate it, I think it's pretty safe to assume that VC is the way moving forward. Most of us feel like VC was 2K's way to counter the hackers, and if that's what it's about, hey, nobody should have a complaint with that. But for crew mode, there are some things to VC that I want to see moving forward. First of all, the purchase of VC I have absolutely no problem with, none whatsoever. However, purchase VC should not be able to be applied to attributes. It just shouldn't be. It would really ruin crew mode. It would ruin it. There are some things that I feel like VC would work for in crew mode, and we'll speak on some of those right now. I want to assume that they're going to do this when it comes back, but if not, let me go ahead and ask. It needs to be like a private lobby mode, as well as a practice mode. Now, some people are going to say that's the same, but I'm going to let you know why it's not. For one, in the private lobby, you could invite other crews, you could play a head-to-head against them, maybe some game battle games. If you got a big enough crew, you could split them into 2 different teams, and you guys could run a practice against each other that way, but I still won't call that a practice mode. A practice mode, you should be able to run against computer bots. You guys could practice plays, you know what I'm saying, and kind of find out what's going on with your team. And as I speak of plays, let me squeeze this in as well. In previous years, you could call plays, but they would never put the play art on the court. Like, the play art needs to be on the court. Please bring that. All right, let me stay on task though. Also, VC would be great to use toward uniform customizations as well as arena customizations, because let's face it, in NBA 2K11 everybody had the same court, the same choice of logos, the same coach, the same colors on the court, and even though it didn't have a big factor in the game, it still made the game stale and boring over time. You know what I'm saying? So I got some ideas for that moving forward. Also, let me throw this in there. Private modes, and even though this is not the Blacktop video, for Blacktop, for crew, for whatever, private lobbies should not generate VC. They shouldn't. Once again, that's a cheap way to ruin this mode. All right? Shorten the life of it, should I say. The whole idea is you want this mode to keep us entertained until the next 2K comes out, which is what, you know, 2K11 basically did. All right. Now let me go with this. I said this in my NBA 2K13 wish list. I said it in my NBA 2K12 wish list. But EA Sports figured one thing out, and the team builder, like, it gets a grade A++. And if you don't know what team builder is, it's basically an EA Sports ran website for their NCAA football franchise where you can create a team. Literally, you can choose your colors, you can choose from a list of logos, you can upload your own logo, you can choose where you want it on the field, if you want it on the field, whatever. Tons of customization options. I think 2K should get a website for a crew. You should be able to go there, choose your colors as well as your logo, and then that's it in the beginning. And then if you kind of want to trick out your uniforms, you should be able to do it, but it should cost VC. You want to trick out your court, it should cost VC, because everyone has different motivations. Some people just like the bragging rights. Some people want to see what they can get on the leaderboard. For those that don't fall under either one of those categories, now they can play and earn VC for the different things that they can trick out here. Because at the end of the day, people want to play a game that they can lose themselves in. And I think that would really bring that factor to it. I spoke on the coach. Let's talk about that. The coach added absolutely nothing to the game. He was just a face. He stood over there, for every team, and he did nothing for every team. But I'm thinking we got coaches in the game anyway. It won't require the devs to add any new faces, but here's how we can help this mode. Let's suppose you want D'Antoni. This guy's not known for his defensive prowess, if you know what I mean. So maybe your team won't be as aware defensively. Maybe they'll be better on the fast break. I don't know. I'm just throwing things out there. And maybe D'Antoni will cost 2,000 VC. You could save up your money and buy a D'Antoni if that's what you wanted. Maybe you want Greg Popovich. This guy's an X's and O's guy. Maybe he'll make your team a better defensive team. Maybe he'll cost 5,000 VC. Once again, this is something that aids 2K with the VC and the buying and selling of VC. It aids the players in giving them something to work for, and it helps the game not grow old as fast. Every time I play the team, I don't want to look over there and see the same coach. You know what I'm saying? Like, you could play the game and say, oh snap, they got so-and-so, so they're probably going to be a better defensive team. You know what I'm saying? That adds a whole new level to the game. That would be dope. All right, let me move forward. Xbox guys had to deal with hackers. We also had to deal with guys with just crazy heights, and once again I'm thinking 2K should borrow something from EA. And before anybody says that's cheesy, let me explain. In the world of business and commerce, borrowing ideas from the competitor is not only okay, but it's smiled upon if you can do it and put your own twist to it. I believe Lexus was the first car to have the button you could push to parallel park. Now you can get that feature on a Ford. All right, so please miss me with that whole don't steal ideas. Miss me with that. All right, so here's the deal. If you ever played Madden and you had a super fast wide receiver and maybe you wanted to put him at quarterback, if you did, you know his ratings did something real crazy. Like, he got sorry in a heartbeat. Well, here's the thing, and once again, I've said this in previous videos. If you make a player, anytime you make a my player, he has a primary and a secondary position. If for the sake of crew, you want to move him to his secondary position, he should take a very minimal attribute hit. If you move him somewhere else, he should take a huge hit. That'll stop guys from facing 7-foot athletic small forwards playing at the one spot. You know what I'm saying? And crazy things like that. Now, I also want to say this, and make sure you hear me out here. I love what NBA 2K13 has done with my career and ultimately in the my player realm of things. But one thing I want to see change for the sake of crew. The heights are okay for the 5 and the 4 position, but the 1 through 3, the max height is still 2 inches too high on every one of them. So before someone says, yes, there has been 2 or 3 6'7" point guards in the history of the NBA, I understand that. But for the sake of making crew mode playable, sim-like, and fair, that's too tall for a point guard. 6'9" is too tall for a shooting guard, and 7 foot tall is too tall for a small forward. You got NBA teams that got centers that's not even 7 foot tall. So like I said, this is only part 1 of this video. I got tons of information. Listen to this. I got papers here with tons of info here. So if you didn't hear something you want to hear in this video, chances are you'll hear it in the second video. And if you like these ideas, please share it with a friend, share it on Twitter, share it at, I don't care, share it at school. Don't get in trouble for me, but share it, all right? So part 2 is gonna focus more on the actual gameplay part of crew mode, as well as some changes I'd like to see in the lobby, pre-game lobby, some of the information that they show. I'm not gonna give too much away now. You'll see what I'm saying coming up. So we really want to get crew back, but not just get it back. We want to get it back the right way. So that's all I got for this one. I'll catch you guys in part 2. Until then, I'm out. Peace.
Rainmaker.